Nothing seems to get to Donald Trump, no matter what it is. What trials, impeachments, treason accusations, rape, fraud, horrible things he's done and been accused of, nothing seems to get to him. Nothing seems to stop him. Everything seems to fail. Nothing seems to bother him. But recently we found something that does seem to bother Trump. And that's when California stood up against him in Texas and voted for Prop 50 with overwhelming enthusiasm. That seemed to scare him. Even before the election was called, he was saying it was rigged, and had his press secretary saying the same thing. The other thing that really upset Donald Trump was the fact that he lost that vote because California doesn't like him and hates him for who he is. He now has to deal with the reality that he cost the Republicans power because he is so despised. And that is crushing to his ego and why he's so upset. There's possibility here. You see, when I was a young boy, my father was very emotionally abusive to me and my brother, terrified the both of us. And at some point it was too much for me and I had to leave the house. For years I felt guilty that I had abandoned my brother. And then one day, years and years later, when we were both men, he came to me and said that Dad got better and behaved nicer to him the day after I left. You see, the fact is that my father had never had to deal with real-world consequences for his actions. And now he lost a son, and now he was terrified of losing his other son. The fact is that when I left that house to save myself, I actually saved my brother. My actions scared my father to the point that he behaved normally to my brother for the remainder of his childhood, something I never had. And so perhaps that message could be applied elsewhere. California has filed an initiative for Calexit. Now, one of the things that Trump likes about the 2024 election is that it makes it look like all of America loves him. One thing that he would hate is if California left because he was so horrible and America lost power because of it. Then, like Prop 50, he'd have to admit that because he was so horrible, he was so repudiated, and now the country's falling apart because of him. If he went through that once, it would be such a shocking moment for him, he would never want to go through it again. And then he'd actually behave to the remaining blue states. Support Calexit, even if you are outside of California, because it may be the only thing you have that actually works on Trump.